Hi guys, welcome to Becodewala. I welcome you to the part 2 of our Penster blog website that we are building using MERN Stack. So in the last tutorial we have built our blog MERN app using MERN Stack, right? And in the backend we have seen that how to build the configuration for the your database, Cloudinary, Node Mailer, and passport for the Google authentication, and how to build auth middleware, upload middleware, and the user and post model. So we have created all these thing in our first part of our backend, right? So you can go and watch this tutorial, build a and deploy blog app with the MERN Stack. And I have also uploaded the how to get the MongoDB connection string, then how to push your code to GitHub, then how to generate app password, then how to get Cloudinary API key and credential, and how to get your client ID and client secret. So you can go and watch this all this tutorial if you find any difficulty in getting the secret keys of these sites, right? So you can go and watch. So now we are going to continue our the backend part, right? So here we are going to create the next controllers where we will write our auth controller, post controller, and user controller, right? So I'll create a file controllers. In this controllers file we have to create auth controller.js, right? And in the auth controller.js we have to import our JSON web token, because whenever user is sign up, right, the JWT token is created, right? I've explained you in the our demo part of our application, right? The token, you can see that this is the right token. If you have not watched the demo, you can go and watch this demo part, right? This is the demo and this is the backend part 1, right? So you can go and watch for full demo of our site. And here first of all we will import our JWT from JSON web token, and after that we have to import our user model, because user will log in, right? So after that we have to import crypto from crypto, and I will import cloudinary cloudinary from config cloudinary. So here we have a cloudinary.js, right? So we have to import these things, right? So I'll just get all the imported things and I'll paste it here. So we have imported JWT token, user model, crypto to crypt your input data, and here cloudinary, right, to upload your image, right, the profile picture, and here the fs module, right? And then we are importing our transporter for the mail and the cache, right? So we are going to create this cache later on. So in that we will use node cache and we will cache our data, right? So we will create first our register. So when user come for the first time, the user should register their account. So we can create export const register, and then in the request response we have to write the try catch block, right? And here we will handle all the errors, right? So if any errors come we'll handle this, but before that we can write the try catch. First of all, when user come for the sign up, we'll take the name, email, password from the user, right? And after that we will check the user is already exist or not, because user may want to create the same email. With the same email user may want to create the same account, right, again. So we will prevent that. So you can check in the database is user exist or not. So exist, user exist, right? So we will find in the user model. So user dot, how we are going to find? By email, find one, and we will pass the email, right? So if user exists, if user has already account, right, and user is trying to create account again, so we'll prevent the user to create account again. So we'll check and from our MongoDB database, and then we'll give a status 400, right? User already exists. Then after that we will generate the verification code, right? How we are going to generate verification code when user sign up for the first time, right? So we'll write the function for that. So generate verification code. So in the verification code we are going to first of all get the math come from our like JavaScript, right, that we have studied, and math.floor, and after that we have to get the how we are going to generate. So we are going to generate the verification code of 6 digit. After generating our 6 digit verification code using our math, so we have to expire the verification code also, right? So for that we can write verification a code expiry, and we can set the verification code expiry up to 1 hour. So we'll write verification code expiry, and we are going to create a new data object, and in that we'll take the current time. So when the user is registering, we'll take the that time, and we will write 36, right? So what is this? This is the millisecond. After that we'll get the user data, right? We have to create the new user, right, when user is signing. So await user dot create, right, and we have to create a user with their name, whatever the user entered, and whatever the email and password that user has entered, and the verification code and verification code expiry. And here we will set the is verified false. So when user sign up for the first time, user should not be verified. When the user will sign up their email, verify their email, right, with the verification code, then only we will set is verified to true, right? So after that we have to send the email, right? So when user has created their account, right, in the database, right, so to verify their account we have to send the code. So how we are going to send this code, right, verification code that we have generated using this function node mailer. So we have to send this code through node mailer. So we will write await, and in this we have to get the transporter. So this transporter come from the mail.js. We have configure our, right, the mail, right, in the last tutorial, so you can go and watch if you have not watched. And we'll create a transporter dot where we have to send the mail, right? So we'll add send mail through the node mailer, from which, so from the email user. So here in the .env you can see that the user email user from which I want to send the data, right? So this is the email that we are going to use to send the verification code, right? And how to get the this, yeah, and we have a password also, right? So how to get the password, so you can go and watch our tutorial how to generate a password, right? And after that, here from our email we are going to send the code to the which email that user has entered, right? When user is signed up for the first time, we have to send the email, right, from the user who is created this project. So suppose I have created this project, and my email, I will use my email to send the code to the user who is using my blog website. And there we have to send the subject, right, welcome to Penstar, right? So you can write that. So I'm going to write here. So here let me write. So here we are sending the email, right, and we have to set the object like verification code. And what we have to send, we have to send the verification code, right? So we'll get this verification code and we will send, right? So when you will sign up for the first time, So in the HTML tag, we have to write the h1 here. The heading welcome to Penstar. Your verification code is this, and your code will expire in 1 hour. So we have to give the meaningful information while we are sending our verification code to the user who is signing on our site. Then after that, we have when the user has verified, right, we have signed up, right. So when the user is verified their code, we have to write generate the token, right, and we have to redirect user to the dashboard. So we can generate the token. So how we are going to generate the token? So we have to generate the token jwt.sign, right. So with the jwt sign, we have to create a jwt token, and we'll take the user id who is registering in our database. So MongoDB create a user ID, right, while creating your new account, and with user ID and the process .env jwt secret. So we'll use a secret to create our here the jwt token. You can write any jwt secret, and it will hash the secret, and it will create a token, and we have to set the expiry. So here we have set the expiry like 7 days. So you can add extend the expiry to 30 days. So you can just here write the expires in 30 days. So the jwt token will be expired in 30 days. So after 30 days the user will be automatically log out, and user have to log out. So user have to log in again, right. So here we have to, after the token has generated, right, user has logged in, we have to send the response to the front end, right, from the backend. So how we are going to send the response? So here response dot status, so 201 means the user has created, and then we have to send the JSON data, right, the user id, name, email, author. So this is the default author we are setting in our models, right, while creating our model. User can change their avatar, right. So how we are going to change the avatar, we'll see in the upload middleware. And when we create our routes, right, and here the user is verified, right. So you can make the user is verified, right, and token, the token we have to send, right, so that the user will be sign up to our page. So after that we have to handle the error, right. So suppose we have some error that in our server or while registering the user, we can send the error, right, register error and server error if any errors come. So this how we have created our register. Now we can create another routes, right. So to verify the email, right. So to verify email, we have to get the token. So here while creating our token here, right, so when user is sign up for the first time, verification code verification expiry, right. So we are saving in the database user dot create means that we are saving the verification code and verification expiry in database, and is verified is false, right, when the user is sign up, right. So we have saved in the database. Now we have to verify the email, so we can write the route for that, and we write export verify email, and in this we have to use the try catch block, and in this we have to first handle the try. So first of all we will get the code from our like user when the user want to verify, right. So suppose user has received the code and we have sent the code on their email, user has received the code, we have to verify the code, right. So code, so user has suppose entered the code, right, and from their email. Now we have to verify the code. How we are going to verify it? So while creating our user, we are saving the like verification code in the database, right. So we'll check in the, will match with the database, right. So here we have to const user id from request user id. So we have to get the user who is trying to verify, right, who is trying to verify their email. So first suppose here we are sending here user, right, when we are signing for the first time user in the response, right? And from there we have to get the id of that user, and then we have to find, suppose multiple users registering for the first time, right? So each user id should have a their verification code. So we have to find the particular user, right? And we have to check in that user, right, the verification code is exist or not. So we have to find the user, right? So await find by user id, right? And id comes from our front end. So we have get the id, right? So we have to write the underscore here. So user id, so assuming id is available in the request user after authenticating middleware, right? And we have get the user id, and we with the user id we are checking in the MongoDB database, right? And after that, if user not user, so user not found, so we have to show that user not found, right? And if user dot verified, means if user is already verified, we have to set the user already verified. When user try to verify again, we have to show the message, right, that user is already verified. If user is not verified, we'll say another message. Before that, we can check, we have to check the verification code, right? So from the user that we have find, so we have to check the verification code is present in this user id or not. So how we are going to check the verification code? So if not user dot verification code, right? And not user dot verification expiry, right? So if the user in our database don't have the verification code, and the don't have verification code expiry, then we will send a message, no verification code found, please request the new one, right? So user can resend the verification code. And after that, here we have to check the code has expired or not, right? Suppose user want to give the expired code, right? So we have to check that also. So here if the date dot now, so we'll check with the current date. So now the time and the user verification code expiry, that time, if the current time is greater than the user verification code expiry, right, then we have to show the message, right, verification code has expired, please request a new one, right? So after that, we can add another check, right? If user has entered the uh, invalid verification code, so user has entered the wrong verification code. So if the user verification code, right, so in the database, right, and not equal to the user what entered user has entered in the front end, that we have to match. If it not match, then we have to send that invalid verification code. So we have to make sure all these checks should be there, so that your database will be secure, right? So after that, we have to verify the user true, right? And user verification code and expiry code, we have to make expiry because user has verified, and we have to save the database, right? So this how we have to handle the our user verification, right? So after that, we have to catch the data, right? So how we are going to invalidate the catch profile id? So sometimes, so if any, so we are using the like node cache. So if any cache, right, so from the previous, so we have to delete the cache, right? So with the user id, the user profile has some cache, so we have to delete. So why we are deleting it, so we'll see later. So while we are creating our cache, that time we will see. And here that we are deleting because when user is using their profile, right, we have to create the cache data, right? So we have to handle the cache, right? So we have to clear the cache if any user has cache, right? And after that, update the user data, right? So we can update the user data, right, when the user is verified. So we have to here update the user, and in the response I have to send a message, right, user has verified successfully, right? So after that we can catch the error, right? So the error should be like a verification code error or server error. So these are we have to verify our email. So after verification code, suppose you want to resend the verification code, right? So how we are going to send the verification code again, right? So let's see for that. So export const resend verification code. So we have to send the verification code again, right? If user one, if user did not receive the code, we can send the verification code again. So how we are going to send? So we'll write here the try catch. So we have to find the first user, right? I- if user exists in the database, then only we have to send the verification code again, right? So we have to check the, we can't set randomly to any user, right? We have to check from our database, right? So const first we'll take the user id from our the request, right? When the user is trying to send a verification code from the front end, so we'll take the user id from the front end. Then we have to find in our database, right, with the id. And after that, if user not exist, then we have to send the message user does not exist. And we have to check, right, if user is already verified. So why we are going to resend the verification code? We can send the message user has already verified, right? And if user is not verified, we can create the like verification code again. We can set the verification code expiry, right? And after that we can make save the user dot verification code equal to verification code that we have created, right? So in this field, while when you are creating our model, right, the model we have created verification code and this verification code expiry field, right? In that we have to set this the code and code expiry that we have generated, right, in the database. And after that we have to save, right, await user dot save. And after that we have to send the mail, right, that code that we have generated, right, so that the user can again receive their verification code. So the same thing we have created, right? So here the await transporter dot send email, like when we are registering for the first time, right? So we are sending the code to the user email, right? So this is the user, that this user come from here, from our database. So the when the user is trying to send the verification code, right, again, so we have to send to that user, right? And this code must implement the code in the HTML, right? And here we have to send the meaningful message that your verification code will expire in 1 hour, right? And here we can send the verification code is successfully sent to your email. So we can send a message, and if any errors come, right, so we can write console dot error recent verification code error, right? And we can set the server error if any server error comes, right? So this how we have to resend the verification code, right? So after that we have to handle the login controllers, when the user, how user will log in again if user has already created their account. So we have to create a controller, right? So login, the login we have to create the async function, right, like we have created in others, right? Request response, request from the front end and response from the back end. And we have to create the try catch block, and there we have to handle the try one first. So from the user front end we have to take when the user enter their email password, right? So when we are sign up, Let me log out first. So when user try to sign in, we have to enter the email and password, right? When the user is signing, right? So we have to take the email and password from the front end, and we will check that user has registered or not, right? So when user try to log in, we have to check that user is already registered or not. So how we are going to find from the email that user has entered. So if not the user, then we write the invalid email or password, right? So to log in, the user should be registered first, right? So const each match, so we have to match the password. So user dot match password, right? So when the suppose we find the user from our database, so we have to match the password, right? So this password that user has entered, right? So we have to match the password, right? So that we can check the password is correct or not, right? And if the password is correct, then we can go for another check. If and if it is not matched, we can write invalid email or password, or otherwise you can write invalid password only, so that it will be very meaningful. And after that, you have to create the JW token. So when the suppose user has entered the correct email and password, then we have to create the JWT token, right? So that user can sign in and redirect to the dashboard, and user should have a token, right? Verification token. So we are going to create with the JWT token like we have created in the register controller, and here we are taking the user ID as we have taken also before, and we'll create the token with this combination of two, user ID and the JWT secret, and we will expire the JWT token in the 30 days. Then we have to send in the response that user has logged in, so we have to send the user data, right? Name, email, avatar, and user verified and the token. Then we have to, here in the catch, we have to handle the errors, right? So login error or any server error, so we can send it here from the backend. And after that, suppose we have handled the with the email, right? The login and the register. So suppose user, right, want to like sign up with the Google, right? So how we are going to sign up with the Google? So we are going to create our Google callback now. So this function we are going to create as a controller, right? So it is called when the Google OAuth by via passport.js complete and redirect user back to a server. So here we have written the strategy with the right sign up with the Google. This is the strategy that we have created in the part 1 of our backend tutorial. So you can go and watch, right? And here we are defining the client ID, client secret, and callback URL. And if we get the user, right, then return the user. Otherwise we can create the user, right, from the Google account, right? So I have explained you in the first tutorial, right? You can go and watch. So for that we are going to create the callback, right? So export const, then Google callback, and here in the Google callback controller we have to first use the try catch, and here we have to get the user from the front end. So const user with which account user try to sign up with the Google, and const token. So we have to create the token, right? So we need the token. Otherwise you can create this as a function and you can use it whenever you want this token. So we are creating this token again and again. So you can create a separate file for this, and you can import and use it. So that will be very helpful. So here we have created our token, right? And we have to redirect to the client URL, right? Suppose we are on the local host. So if auth callback, so we have to write the auth callback, so not the auth success. So we have to redirect user, right, to the front end after successful login, and it send the JW token as a query parameter, right? So you're sending the JWT token as a query parameter, right? And this redirect user back to the front end after successful login, right? So for that we have written this. And after that, in the console, if any errors come, so you can write console.error Google Auth callback error or any server error, right? So now we can create the another controller for the forgot password. Suppose you forgot the password. Let me click on this forgot password, and you have to write your email. Then the email will be checked in the database that email is exist or not. If the email exists in the database, we'll send the verification code, and that verification code will be registered in your database. Then we will verify from the front end to back end. Then we will redirect to the reset password page. We have to create new password, and then user has created their new password successfully. So all these things we are going to handle here. So first of all, we have to export our forgot password. So const forgot password. So this controller forgot password. In this we will write the try catch block, and in this first we will find that user exists in our database or not. The link we have to send, right, to create the new password, so that user can log in again, right, if user has forgot the password. So const user equal to, we have to await, and we have to find in the user model, right, in the MongoDB database dot find one with the email that user has entered to send the forgot password. And here you can see that the user, if user not exist, you can send the verification user not found. So suppose I have entered the some wrong email, right, gmail.com. So when I try to send the link, so user not found, this message should come, right? So after that we can generate the token like verification code and expiry that we created before, right? And then after that we have to like save in the database to the this email id that user has entered. So in similarly like we have done before, right? So we have to create some here reset token. So this is the token. So this is not the verification token, this is the reset token. So when user will enter their email, a link will be sent to the user, right, with the token. Like we created JWT token, so we are creating our crypto. With the crypto we are creating some random bytes with the 20, and the we are here we are converting to the string as a hex. And so I want to send verification code to my email. So at this email, so password send to your my email. So here I will receive the, see the password reset request on the top. So this is the localhost, we are on the localhost, and we have to reset the password. So you can see that the path reset password. Then we have a combination of digit and alpha. This is the token that we are using. This is the hex token. We are using the crypto to create it. This is the reset token, and we have set the token expiry to 1 hour. And after this we have to save to the database, right, the token, right, reset password token and the reset password expire. And after the saving to the database, we have to send this url, right? So we have to create a url with the local host, right, and the route is reset password, right? And in this we have to attach the token, right? So we can directly attach the token here. So in the reset password slash reset token, so see same url we have written, see same url, localhost, reset password and the token. So localhost, this is the client url on the localhost vr, and the reset password and the token, this url will be sent to the user. So who are going to send this reset url? So node mailer, right? So we are going to use the node mailer. So we, with the node mailer we can send this url, and user can set the new password. So await transporter dot send mail from the user to the user who has entered to the email, right? So this is the email of the user who has created this project, and this is the email of the user who is try to get the reset URL to create a new password, and the reset URL will be sent to this user, right? So you can see that how we are sending our reset. And see your request password, please click on the following link, right? To reset your password, this link will expire in 1 hour. So you can click on this link, and here you will be redirected to this the same URL. And now you can see that you can enter your new password, right? And you can click and reset your password, right? So we have sent the reset URL to the email. Then we have to send a message, password reset link can be sent to your email. And if any errors come while sending the URL, the reset URL, then we can show the error message also. And here I will show you how to reset the password. So here we can reset the password, right? So we have not written here check to like check that the new password and confirm new password both should be matched, right? So we have to write the check also. So make sure to write the check. So your password has been successfully, you can now log in with the password, and it will automatically redirect to the login after few seconds. See, these things we have to handle all these things so that it will be very helpful to the user. So I can log in with my email and password, see, and I am able to log in, see. So this how we can. So in while creating your backend, we have to write all the checks. If any checks miss, there will be problem with the user experience, and it may mismatch the data in the backend, right? The database. So we have to write the all the corner points while creating your database, right? So we have to write all the corner point while creating your backend. So we have right send the forgot password. So we have to reset the password, right? So when we send the link, right, the user email, it is redirected to the reset password. So how we are going to reset the password, right? So for that we can write the controller. We have written the forgot, now we can write for the reset password, right? So try catch, and in this we have to first we have to get the token. So this token, where is our token? So this is the token from the request parameter URL. First we'll get the token this. So const token from the request param, and then password, the new password that user has entered here. So we have to take the new password, right? Now how we are going to check, right, how we are going to create the new password for the user, right? So first of all we have to check the user, right, with the token and valid expiry. So while creating forgot password, we are sending some token, right, and expiry time, right? So we have to check this. So we have to create check with the user const user equal to await user dot find one, and in this we have to find the const, we have to find the reset token in the database, and the here we are finding the the current time should be the from the database, it should be like the database that the time should be, it should not be greater than the date dot now, means it will expire, right? So it should be less, right, greater than date dot now. So and we have to check for the 1 hour, so we can write here. So here we are checking the user for the token and the reset password expiry, right? And if not user, then if you don't find the user with this token and the reset expiry, right, so we have to send the invalid or expired token, right? And after that, if user has entered everything correct, then we have to update the password. So user password equal to new password that the user has entered. So password equal to password, so you can write new password. This is the new password we are taking, right? Then we have to make the reset token and expire. So here when we try to use the same like token again to reset the password, it will say invalid or expired token, right? Because when we has already used this token and this url, this token, right, already used. So when we set the new password already, then we are setting the token and expired time also undefined, right? So that user not able to use the reset url again. Then we have to save user to the database, right, with this new password and the token. And after that, we have to send the response user password successful and console dot error. So in the error we have to show the reset password error or any server error if it is comes. And after that, the reset password controller has been completed. Now we have to get the profile. How we are going to get the user profile? So we have to create the controller for that. So user dot get profile async, and in this we have to pass the request comma response. And then in this get profile controller we have to write the try catch. And in this try catch we have to first find the cache key, right? If any cache is present in no, or not. So const, so we are using node cache, that's why we are writing this extra line of code. So cache key equal to, from the profile they are finding the user, right? If any cache present to this user id, right, related to the user id, then const cache cache user, cached user. First we find the cache key, then we can find the cached user. So can write the user capital, so cached user. And after that, with the key, with this key we have to get the cache, right? So cache key, with the cache key we find the cache. And finding the cache, we have to find the if cache dot user, right? If cache user, we find the with the cache user, right? And if cache user, then response the cache user. Otherwise const user equal to, we are going to find the user from our database, right? And we are not going to select the verification code and all. So otherwise you can write simple. So we are going to find the user by the id, and we are not going to select the password, so we have written hyphen password, so we are not going to select the password. And if we find the user from the database, and if you don't find, first of all if you don't find, then we can write user not found. And after that, see, suppose we find the user, right? And if user not found, we can show this. But if user has found, then we have to create the cache for the user, right? So cache with the user, with the, for the 5, here we can write 300 for the 5 minutes. And we can send the user. So we can get the profile of the user, but we are using cache, not cache. So first of all we find the cache key related to profile. And if cache key found, then we get the cache user. And if cache user is present, then we return the same cache user. If it is not, right, so if it is not, then we find the user from the database, and if user in the database exists, we can create a new cache for the database. So we can create new user, so we can create new cache for the database. So if we, if the user we find from the database, we can create the new cache, and we can set the cache to the user, right, with the cache key user for the like 5 minutes, not hour. So we are setting for the 5 minutes, so 300. And after that, here we can write the response that user will send to the front end, right, and we can set the error, right, if any get for file error or any server error, right. See, in previously we have written cache.delete in the verify user email, right. So in that time we are deleting the cache, right, because we have to suppose the our frontend contain the cache for the previous user, right, but we don't, and user want to verify their email, and the new user should have a their own cache, right. So we have to delete the existing cache, right. So that's why we are deleting the existing cache. And if user has updated, right, then we have to, that time we have to like create the cache for the user, right, for the updated user. So before we are deleting, right, for the like new user, right, when the new user, that user is creating, right, while verifying their email, so that the new user have a new cache with the cache key, right, and for some time of span, right. So if already here also is checking if user has already cache in the profile, then we are not going to refetch again, and we don't want to set the cache key and again. So first of all we have to find the cache if it is present. If it not present, then we are going to create the cache for the user. So now we can create the controller for the update the user profile. Suppose user want to update their name, bio, avatar, right. So how we are going to create the controller for that? So export const update profile, and let me remove this update profile, and here we are using async, and we are getting the request comma response sending from the backend. And here in the user update profile we have to write the try catch always. And here when we are updating the profile, first we'll take the user input, what the user want to update. So suppose user want to update their name, user want to update their bio, or user want to update their avatar. All these things come from the front end request.body, right. And after that, when we are going to update the user profile, when the user is just in our database, so we'll find the user from the database, and if user not exist, we can show the response, right, the user not found, right. So after that, if user is found, right, so we have to update the user data, right, whatever the user has entered, right, like user dot name equal to name, bio equal to bio, and user dot avatar equal to avatar. So here we are writing user dot name equal to name. So this is the name which user has updated. Suppose user has not updated their name, just updated their bio and avatar. So here we are using or operator. So if user has not updated their name, we, if the user has updated only this, so user will have the previous existing user name, right. So suppose in the database the user has some name, right, and a user have not updated, then the same name will be present in the database. And here also for the bio and avatar we have used the or operator, right. So These are the some small point we have to take care of. And here then we have to save to the database whatever the user has entered. Then we have to invalidate the cache profile with the request.userid. So request.userid. So you have to delete the cache profile. So we are updating the user with the new data, so we don't want to keep the old data in the cache, right? Otherwise it will show the previous data only when the user has updated the profile, right? But we don't want to show the old data. When the user has updated, it should show the updated data, right, in the cache. And here that's why we are invalidating the cache profile. So cache.delete profile, right? And in this we are adding like getting the user id, right? And in that if the user id with this user id some cache has been attached, we have to delete it, right? And after that we have to send the right json. And in this json we have to send the user, right? So user. So suppose user has updated, so new cache should be created, right? So here in the get profile, when the user will get the profile, right, the profile icon, automatically the user will able to create the cache key, right? The cache will be created, right, automatically, right, when user will go on this get profile, right? So that we will be automatically called, right, when the user will go on the get profile, right, when the user update their new data. So after that we can handle the console error, right? So update profile error or any server error, right? So we have handled for the error part also. Now we can go for the upload avatar. Suppose user is uploading their avatar but we have not handled the controller, right, for that. So how we are going to upload the user profile, right? User has given the input like image, right? So how we are going to upload the avatar for the user avatar? And we are going to get async as always and request response. Then after that we have to write the try catch. And after that here ensure that file is uploaded. So how we are going to ensure? So first of all ensure the user has uploaded. So request.file, no file uploaded, right? First we will check this, right, user is updating their profile or not. And then upload file to cloudinary, right? So we have already written this cloudinary configuration here. If you have not watched the part 1, you can go and watch, right? And we have also added the upload middleware. So when user is uploading, we are changing the file type, right? JPG, PNG, file size and everything, right? So you can go and watch part 1 if you have not watched. So we have already written the configuration and the middleware, right? So here while uploading the author, so we have to const result. So we have to upload file to the cloudinary, right? That cloud service result equal to await cloudinary dot uploader dot upload. And we have to get request dot file dot path. We have to take the path of the file, right? And then we have to here avatars folder, store image in avatar folder on the cloudinary. On the cloudinary we have a folder named avatar. There we are uploading our user avatar, right? And here we are getting the width and height, right, of the avatar and the crop field. So it should be filled image, fill the area. And after that delete the file from the local storage after the upload to the cloudinary, right? So how we are going to unlink? So that's why we are using fs module from the Node.js. So unlink, and we are going to the request dot file dot path, and if any error come, write console dot error in deleting local file, right? If any, like delete the file from the local storage after upload to the Cloudinary, right? And after that, find the user and update their avatar in the database. So we have uploaded to the Cloudinary. When we upload to the Cloudinary, the Cloudinary created a link for our image or any file we upload, right? So we have to get the that URL from the Cloudinary, and we have to attach to the front end so that the user profile should be visible. So const user equal to await, right? Await, we have to find the user by id from the request when the user on the front end, right? And if not user, then we'll say user not found. So this is the check that we are going to use. Then we have to update the user avatar, user dot avatar equal to result dot secure url. So what is that mean? So when we are uploading our file, so in this we have a secure url. So this is the name. With this name our file, with this url, in this the name secure url, our file url is present, right? And when you go and access the url, right? So let me show you. See, suppose I want to log in, right, with the like Google. Suppose I want to log in with the Google, and here we have a URL. Suppose we uploaded the profile. So let me upload the any profile. So let me upload this. So here see user has uploaded and save changes. So here you can see that author URL. See, this is the author URL. This avatar URL comes from our, see, I have mismatched the avatar URL, so it is not showing. See, when I mismatch the avatar URL, it is not showing. So this is the avatar URL. Don't mismatch with the avatar URL. When I go and search, so this is the avatar URL we have uploaded, and we are setting the webp. See, it is uploaded in the webp, right? If our image is jpg or a and png, we are converting to the webp, so that our like our website should be more optimized. If you get the user URL, you have to save to the database, right? The profile URL from the Cloudinary, we have to save to the database, and after that we can response the JSON, right, with the user URL, right? So we can send the URL in the response, right? This secure URL uploaded successfully, and if any error comes, so we can write console dot error, author uploaded error, or server error, right? So this how we have created our all controller for our auth. So we have to register, verify their email, resend the verification code, login, Google login, forgot password, reset password, get profile, update profile, upload avatar. So all this controller we have written, right? So this how we have completed our auth controller for the user, right? Now here we can create another controller for the post, right? So for the post controller we will see. So let's create the post controller .js. So post controller .js. Now let's create our post controller. So first of all we will import our post model, then Cloudinary to upload the post images, and the cache for the cache of your data. So after that we have to export our controller, the create controller that we are going to see, the create post controller. So we are going to create our post, right? So we are going to use try and catch block, right? And if any errors comes, we can write the errors also, console.error or any server error, right. So here we can write the const, and we have to take the input from the front end. So what are the input? Like title, content, category, tags, image, and the post is draft or not. So all these things we have to take the input from the front end. So we have taken the input. Now what we have to do? We have to create the post, right? And when we will build our routes, when we will create our route folder, that time we will use auth middleware, and we will check if the user is signed in, right? Then only we are going to create the post, right? So we'll see in the routes. So we are creating as of now controller, right? So post equal to await, then we have to create the post. So post create, and we have to give the title, category, tags, image, and author. So what is this author? So when we have created our post model in the part 1 backend, in that we have seen that the each post have a user, right? So any user will create the post, right? So that is the user, author is the user, and here is draft. So the post you want to publish or keep it as a draft. So this thing we have can define here, and by default we are using false as a draft. Then suppose we are creating new post, right? And we are going to use cache in the post section also. So if any cache, right, then we have to clean the cache, right? So previous cache we have to clean, because in the previous cache we have a old post, now we have a new post, right? So in the new post the data has updated, right? So we have to update the cache also. So we have to first delete the cache, right? So when we are creating our post, we have to clean the cache, and then we have to send the response post created successfully, and we can send the post in the response, right? And here after that we can go and create another controller, right? So get post, how we are going to get the post, right? So to get the post we have to take care of many things. So in that we are going to create the how many page we have, a how much page we can show, search query, what post we want to search, and the categories sort by like comment or oldest or latest post. All these things we are going to handle in the get post. How we are going to get the post? So we have to create export const get post, and in the get post we have to write the try catch, and in that we have to first get the page, const page equal to number. So how many number of page, right? So request.query.page, and by default we are using 1, so page number 1, right? Then const limit, we have to first we want to show the 10 post, right? So we are setting the query limit. Then we are adding the search query, const search query. So in the search query what the user has searched, so request dot query dot search. So all this thing come from the front end, all this data, right? And is initially we are writing empty, right? Query will be empty, or like the user will search whatever the query, and const category equal to, then we have to get the category from the front end, then const sort by like oldest, latest, like, most commented, all these things we can use to sort the data. So here we can sort by latest, so we can write the latest by default. So we want to show the data, the post on the backend, right? Sorry, the post on the front end as latest. So latest, right? And then we have to like create the cache, right? If any cache is there, we have to show the cache, otherwise we have to create the cache, a unique cache key based on the query params, right? So let's create a cache key, and in this we want to create for the post, right? And the page, right? Page minus limit, so hyphen limit, so we are going to use the hyphen, so hyphen limit hyphen search query hyphen category. Based on our query parameters, we are going to construct a unique cache key. Then after that we have to check if data for this query is already cached. So if we have already cached for this query, right, then we have to return simply that cache only, right? The old data that the user has not updated the post, the previous cache, right? When we update the new post, right? So we can show the old post if old cache if user has already, right? If user is updating some post, right? So we have to create a new cache and we have to show the new cache, right? The new post from the cache data. Now we can bind the MongoDB query only fetch the published post, not the drafts. So how we are going to build that? So query equal to each draft false. So build the MongoDB query only fetch the published post, not the drafts. Then if such keyword exists or use to match the title or content using regex. So how we are going to search the post? So here on the post, here we can search through title or their content. So like I search for react, so react, so see the recommendation came. So search query for, so we can create the query. So I'm going to write in a different way. So here let me write it, wait, so if search query, so this is the search query, right? Whatever the user want to search, we are going to search from the title or from the content, the results for the post, right? And we are going to use regex, right? So we are using regex to search the content or title, right? After that we can go and create the category search. So if category query dot category, so what the job, if category filter is set, then add it to the query, right? So means we are searching the post through the category, right? And if you are searching, we have to set the category filter, right? Then determine the order based on the sort by params. So we can sort the post by like the latest post, most like, oldest, most commented. How we are going to create? So first we will create a sort object where all the posts should be there, right? Then we will sort by, this is the sort by we have created, right? The sort by the query. Initially by default we are using latest, right? Latest means how we are going to search the latest post. So sort equal to latest post. So here in this we will attach the all the post by latest, right? We will sort the post by latest and we have to attach in this object all the post. So created hyphen one, so it will search the latest post, right? And after that we have to fetch the oldest post, so created one, so plus one. And here we are using most like, so likes dot length hyphen one, so it will search the most liked and the most commented comments dot length hyphen 1. So when we do comment or like, we add in the database, we count that the like which user has liked the post, right? So when we like the post, the id of that user is connected to that post, so we have to count that, right? So likes dot length, right? When we create our like and comment, right, controller, that time we will see. And after that, here we are showing only as of 4 post is showing. When you create more than 10 posts, then it will show a load more button below. Here load more button below on the UI will show, and when you click on that, it will load more 10 pages, right? So 10 posts. So when you click on load more button, it will show more 10 posts, right? So first of all, we'll write to create the how many document to skip for the pagination, right? When you click on the load more button, so we want first page. So suppose we are on the page number 1, so we don't want to skip any, so we will the skip will be 0. When the page number equal to 2, then we want to skip the first 10 post, right? Then we will show the other remaining post when the user will fetch the post, right? And after that, we have to find the post through the query, right? So we'll find the post to the query, whatever the query we have created, and we have to populate the post by author, right? So author, right? So let me populate the post. So dot populate by author, name, avatar, not email. We can skip the email. Name, avatar, and author, we have to populate the post. Then we have to sort. So sort means by most like, latest, and all. Then skip. So when you click on load more post, so it will skip the first 10. Then it will show the up like next 10 post from the database. Then limit how much want we want to show the post, first 10. Then click on load more to show the more 10 post, right? So after that, see, we have created the sort, skip, limit. Then we can add one more thing: sort, skip, limit. Then we can use the leen. So leen is an important thing. So it convert to plain JS object. That's why we are using leen here, right? So it convert the Mongo's document to plain objects, right? Then we can count the post. So const total equal to post dot count documents. So this come from the MongoDB, right? Mongo's count documents query. So we have to count how many like we get the post, right? Then after that, we have to build the final response. So how we are going to build the final response? So const response equal to, we have to create an object, and there we have to all the posts, the paginated post, then pages, then current page after, then total number of pages. So we can write here just pages. So total number of pages, and after that we can write total, and after that we can store the response in the cache to speed the future identical request. So in future, if you request the same query, right, then it will fetch the post very fast, right? So cache dot set with the response that we have created, right? It will store in the cache and for the 5 minutes, right? So within 5 minutes, if you try to again fetch the post with the same query, it will fetch very fast. then we have to send the response to the front end. Then we have to console the error, right? So get post error, right? And if any server error comes, so you can show the server error, right? After that, this is the how we like fetch the post. So this is the important controller, you must go through it again. And after that we can fetch the post by id. So here when we click on any post, we get the post detail, right, of the particular post. Like the post has a some id, right? So this post has some id and we are getting the details of this post, right? So for this we are going to build the controller. So export const get post by id. Let me remove this. And then in this we'll write try catch, and in the try catch we have to handle the error and the results. So get post by id, we will find the id from the params. So parameter, so this is the id we have to find from this parameter. So I will go and find const, we have to find the id from request params. Then after that const catch key. So if any cache for the that post id has exist, so we can get that, right? And if we get the, like, if we get the cache key, then we return the cache for this post. So we are creating cache for this post. So in the first response it will come very slow, but when you do again, see how fast it came, right? So we are creating cache for this particular post id also, right? And after that we can use, so we can remove this try catch, we can write here also, so no worries. And after that we can find the post const. If it is not exist in the cache, then we can find from the database. So get post from id, so we can just you can request, otherwise you can write here request dot params dot id, right? And after that we can populate, right, the post. So if you find the post, we populate the author who has created name and avatar. And because we are not going to get only the post, like the post title and all, we have to get the user profile name and all who has created the post, right? And we have to get the comment, right? So this post has a comment. So because why you are using populate, so this is another model, right, that we have created the schema, and we have created schema for the comment also, right? So there are two schema. So the, and this is the post is the another schema. So we have to populate, right? We have used the reference, right, in the while creating the model, right? We use reference, right? So that's why we have to populate if you want to get the user and the comment related to this post. So comment author with the name and avatar who has created the post, then dot populate comment the author in user. So we can use a different way to populate the common comments. So populate, we can get the object. In this we have a comment dot user, right, and name author, right? So we can get that. Here you can see that the comments below. So for that, and lean is used to convert the MongoDB document to plain.js. If you not use it may cause some error, right? So here we'll first, if not post, then what we want to show. So if not post, post not found for that particular id, right, in the database. And if we found, then we have to set the cache for this post and return in the response with the json, right. So we can write the status code, and otherwise you can skip it. So when you write when you write a status code, it give a meaningful response, right, and information. And after that, if any errors come, so you can show the error, right, get post by id error or server error. Now suppose user want to update their post. So suppose this is the post, right, this is created with other user, right. In this post you can see there the edit button. When I click on this, here will update. So updated, I have added a text updated in this post, and I will update the post. So you can see the updated text has been added, right. This is how we have updated the post, and we have updated only title, and other things remain same that we have before, right. So how we are going to update our post? Like we update our profile in the auth controller, similarly we can update our post here also in the same way. So export const update post, right. So we have to update the post, right. So to update the post, we have to use the try catch, and in this we have to handle the error. If any errors come, we can show the console error, right. So console dot error in updating the post. And after that, we can, how we are going to update the post? First we will have to get the data, right. What are the data user want to update? So user want to update the title, content, category, image, or user want to make their post as a draft. So we can get all the input from the user. Then we will, when we are updating the existing post, right, we have to find that post in that post is exist in the database or not. So we have to find the post by id, right. Then after that, if if post not found, then we have to show the message, right, post not found. Check if user is the author. So here, this is my post that I have created. Suppose this is the post created by other user. So here no edit or delete button. I can't delete this post. I can't edit and like update the post, right. So this post I can't update, right. So we have to check that also, who gonna to update. I can update my post only. So if post dot author dot to string equal to request dot user id to string. So if is not equal, means first we'll find the id related to the post. So when we are creating the post, we have an id. So let me show in the mongo database. So this is the post, right. So this post has been created by this author. This is the user. Author is the user who has created this post. This is the user id, and this is the post id. So we have to check the logged in user. Suppose I am logged in, right. I will the will check my id is present in the post or not, right. If my id is present in that post, means I have created that post. So I can update that post, right. If my id is not attached to that particular post, then I can't update that post, right. So we have to handle like this, right. So post.author.toString not equal to user dot id dot toString. So we are comparing the id, right, and we are converting to a string because it's the object id in the MongoDB database. And if it is not equal, we can say that unauthorized, we can't update the post. If user is authorized, then we can update the post, right. So how we are going to update the post? So post dot title equal to input whatever the user has input. If user has not updated the title, we can show the previous title that present in the database, right? If user has not updated, if user has updated, you can show the new data, right? So we have used or operator, right? Then similarly we can for the draft and image, right? Draft not equal to undefined, then is draft, or otherwise post dot it is data, so it will get from the user, otherwise it will get from the database. And here I will save. So how we are going to save? So const update post equal to await dot sort, so we have to save the post, right, in the database, right? And after that we have to delete, suppose we have updated this post now, right? So when you are see our cache our cache memory has stored this data, right? Suppose I updated this data, right? So the new data that we updated for this post, that should be stored in the memory, right? So we have to delete the previous date cache, right? So we are deleting this cache here, right? So this how we delete the cache. So node cache is a very complicated when you don't know where to delete the cache, where to set the cache, right? Otherwise it will be it will not show the updated post to the user, it may show the old post. If you have updated the, if you added a new post also, it will not show to the your user, right? So make sure to delete the cache, add the new cache, where and how. So learn in this, where we are adding, when we are updating, we are deleting, right? So all these things we have to take care of. And you can optional, we have optional like flush all, you can flush. Like why we are using flush all? See, we have updated this post, this post id cache data, right? So here on the in the home also we have to update the post, right? So here we have updated it, here updated text, right? So we have to update this post also, we can use class here the cache dot flush all, so it will flush all cache. And when you fetch the post, right, get post by id or get post, then that time it will get the new one, and it will create the new cache with the updated post, right? So we have to take care. Here we are deleting for the id, the post that we have view the details of that post, for that we are deleting the cache. This is for the flush or we have to not only delete the cache for this view details post, right? We have to update the cache, right? We have to delete the cache for this the post we are seeing on the our home page, right? So we have to take care of everything. So make sure you know very clearly where and how to add or delete the cache. Now we can delete the post. So who can delete the post, right? Like who can update the post? Like if user is authorized. So similarly, who can delete the post? If user is authorized, right? Similarly, in the same way, I am going to copy and paste, and so the same thing. No extra thing, only the same thing, just a small changes will be there. So here we are creating the delete post controller. In this we are getting the post from the id. First we'll get the, this is the post I want to delete, suppose this is my post I want to delete. When I want to delete, it will ask, are you sure want to delete this? So we will handle in this front end, so that it will ask for confirmation, right? So confirmation will be better for the user, right? So here you can see that we will first find the id of that post. So we find the id of that post that we want. Suppose this post I want to delete, so we'll get the id. Then if that id not present in our database, that post is not present in database, we cannot delete that post, right? So the post should be present, then only you can delete. And if post is not present in database, we can show post not found. And check user is author, means user is author means this is the post created by me, I can delete this post. And this is post created by other user, I can't delete this post. So we have to check that also, right? In the same thing we have did in the update post. So same thing we have did here also. Then we are using await post dot delete one, so we are deleting one post, right? This is provided by the delete one by the mongoose, right? And here the we are deleting the cache. Suppose we have deleted this post, so we have to remove the cache for this post. And if we remove this post, we have deleted this post, we have to update the cache on the home page also. We have to not show this like this. Suppose I have deleted this here, so I let me delete this. So I deleted this, we have to remove this post, so that post has been removed, right? Only we have a 3 post now, right? So we have to clear the cache. So this class cache dot flush out to clear the all the list, right? Whatever the cache we have, so that it will update on the home page also. And the cache that we have stored for the particular post, right, that cache also will be deleted. So we have to handle the this cache node cache very carefully. And then we have to show a message post has been removed or deleted, right? Then after that we have to like the post, right? How we are going to like any post? So let's write the controller for that. So export const like post, and in the like post first we like the try catch as we are writing in all controllers. Then we have to find the post from the params id. So let me go through it. So this is the post I have liked, right? I have removed the like, I have added the like, right? So you have to which post I want to like. This post has a id, right? We have to get the id that post which we want to delete, like. So this post I want to like. So suppose we get the id of that post, right? This is the id of that post, and this with this id we will find in the database that this post has exist on the database or not. If it is not exist, will show a post not found, right? And if it is exist, so what we are going to do? If it is exist, suppose we have to const first we'll find the user, right? User id. Why I am finding the user id, I'll show you. First we'll store the user id here, otherwise you can write the user id on the top here, and we can replace with this, so it will be more better code, right? So const how we are going to check? Suppose this post is already like, suppose this post is already like, then I can't like again, right? If I click on this, the like will be removed, right? So let me first will find the already like, then we have to write the if condition const already liked. So post dot likes dot include user id. So suppose we view the post, so where it is, we have a post has id, 2 person has liked this post, and this like has id. So this is the user id, that two id we can see that this is the first user, second user. So the two user have liked this post, right? So I will get the user id. Then if I am already liked, I will not allow user to like again, right? We have to remove the like, right? So if already liked, if user has already liked, then what we are going to do? So we have to remove that like, right? Let me show you. So here if user has already liked that post, then we have to remove the post. To remove that post, we are going to use filter, and we are going to get the like dot to string, right? And we remove that not equal to user dot id. So here we'll remove that the user id, right, from that. And if other user will keep remain same, so my id from that the post will be removed and other user id should be present, right? So for that we have write this function if already liked. If you have not liked, then we will add the like. So how we are going to like dot push, and here we are using filter, right, to filter to remove the like, and push to add the like. And how we are going to here we are adding the user id, and to remove the like we are removing the filtering the user id. Then after that, after we perform this task, we have to save the post also, right? And if any like cache is there, we have to delete the cache dot flush all and response, right? And here we can just, if you have, you can write the like a beautiful message, right? Otherwise you can write like likes equal to post dot likes, right? So, and we can show the length here. So this depend on you. So after that we can handle the error part. So console dot error, post like error, and if any server error, you can show the server error. So you know how to. And here we are removing the cache, so must notice. So we are, suppose we are adding here like, right? So we are updating the we have to delete the cache, and we have to create the new cache with a new data. That now we have added the new user to this post, right? So we have to create a new cache, right? So see, and if you remove that, like the post has been, the cache should be updated. See, the cache will be updated. Now we can write the controller for other things like add comment, delete and all. Let's create controller for the adding comment. So this post has a comment, right? So each post has a comment, so you can add the comment, the who the user is logged in, right? This is, here it's showing delete because I have added this comment, I can delete it, but this above comment I have not added, so I can't delete it. And here it is showing the newly added comment on the top, right? So we are going to see how to build this controller for the add comment. So let export const add comment, and in this we'll write try catch. And first of all we have to get the text, right? What user want to comment on the particular post. So const text from the request body, and then const post equal to await find by request dot parameter. So we have to find the post, right? Then only you can comment, right? If this post does not exist in database, we not able to comment it. So you have to find this post, right? If the post is exist in database or not, then only you can comment. And here you can see the id. So we have to find the post from the id, and then check if post is not present, we have to send the response, right? Post not found. If we found the post, suppose we have found the post, so how we are going to add the comment? So post dot comments dot unshipped. So why we are using unshipped? Because we have to we are going to add the comment on the like first, like first of all, when new comment the user has adding, right? So we want to add on the beginning of the comment array, right? So when we ever, suppose I have added in this comment, so this should be added on the beginning, not in the last. So for that we are using unshipped. And here in the unshipped, in this object, we how we are going to add this comment? First we will add the user id, who is commented, and the text what the user has commented. Then we have to save the post, right, the comment that we have added, and delete the cache if any cache exists for that post, right? So we have to delete the cache because we have to show the new data, right? So for that, and Here we can use flush all to get the new post, so that the on the front like on the home page also it should show the comment count clearly, right, with the new comments, right. Then we have to populate the user info for the new comment, right. So how we are going to get the user info for the new comment? Populate post, and we will find from the request param id. Then how we are going to populate equal to author dot populate author, name, author, and bio also. So whatever things you want to show on the comment, you can populate it, right. Here you want to show name, author, and here it's showing the date that we have created the post, right. So we can also get it. So depend on you what you want to show, right, what you want to send the message, the response from the backend, right, to front end, and what you want to show on the front end, right, depend on you. So we have to populate the comments.user path equal to comments.user, then select name and author, right, and after that we have to use dot link to convert MongoDB document to, right, we have to convert the MongoDB document into plain JS object, right, and we have to in the response we have to send the populated post dot comments and use optional parameter, right. So here we have sent the populated comment, and you can add a beautiful message also. The comment has been added, right, and if any errors come, so you can add the error, right, add comment error, right. So this how we have created the add comment controller. Now we are going to see another controller like delete comment, how we are going to delete the comment. So to delete the comment we have to export a controller, right, delete comment, and in this delete comment we have to use the try catch, and the try catch we have to first find the post equal to, first we find the post from the request params.id from the front end. Then if we find the, if we don't find the post, we can say post not found. If we find the post, how we are going to find the next comment, which comment you want to delete, so we have to find that post also, right. So how, so to delete the comment we have to find that comment in the post, right. So I'm going to find the comment. So how we are going to find the comment? Comment equal to post dot comment. So this post has a comment, right? That post we are finding in the database should have a comment. In this we are going to find the comment. In that the comment dot id dot, that comment id is equal to the request param dot comment id, means suppose I want to delete this, so this has also id, right. So this id we are going to get from the request params, that id we want to delete. See this, the id for this comment will get from the here front end. Then this id we will check compare with the database, right, that id is present in this post or not, right. If we find that comment, right, by id, right, then we can remove the comment. So how we are going to remove the comment? So to remove the comment we are going to here, first of all, if not comment we have to handle first. If not comment, suppose we don't found the comment, we can show comment not found. So handle this corner point and check if user in the comment, right, and we have find the comment only, but we have to find that user also, right, that who has created this comment, right, only that user has can delete the data. So suppose I have commented, I can only delete the like user comment, right. So comment dot user dot string, right, in the comment we have a user who has commented, right. So if it is not equal to the user id, that the user want to delete, suppose I want to delete and my ID is not present in that comment, then I will not able to delete it. So we have to send the message not authorized. Then after that, here if I'm authorized, how we are going to delete the comment? So we are going to use filter, like we remove the like, we can remove the comment using filter. So post.comments.filter, then we have to pass the ID of that comment, and we have to, this is the ID from the database, and this is the from the front end from the params meter, and we have to compare that, and we have to filter out. So and we have to keep the remaining comments as edited. So we have to, we are going to delete it. So see, here I have to delete. So let me delete this. So I have deleted that one, and the previous comment remains same, right? So this is the power of filter. And after we remove the comment, right, we have removed the comment, then we have to save the post, right? So we have to save that, and then we have to delete the cache if any cache is there. Then we have to flush all the cache, because you have to show on the home page also. We don't want to show the previous comments, right? We want to show the new comments that we have on the post. Then we can show on the response the comment dot post or comment removed. So it depends on you how we are going to give the response. And console dot error, delete comment error or any server error. So this how we have created the delete comment. Now we can see the another. So another control is like bookmark post. So here I can bookmark this post. When I click this, the post has been bookmarked. When I go to the my profile section, I'll see the bookmark. So it will show all the bookmarks post. So this post has been bookmarked. This post I have bookmarked. See that it is showing this color, right? That the I have bookmark. I can remove the bookmark. So same thing we are doing to do like. So like we have like, remove like, add like. So we can do the same thing, add to bookmark or remove from the bookmark. So we are going to use the same way to add or remove the bookmark post. So let's create a controller and export bookmark post equal to async await. We are going to use bookmark post, and after that we are going to use try catch, and in this try catch we will find the post which we want to bookmark. So const post equal to find by id, we can do params. If not post, then we have to show the message post not found. Then we have to find the user. So which user want to bookmark our post. So suppose I want to bookmark post. So I have to send my id. I have to set up my id to the this post. I have to save my id to the this post, right? So we have to find the user. Const user equal to request dot user dot id. So you get the user id who want to bookmark my post. Then I will check, right? I will check that the post dot, let me handle this. So const already bookmark. Then if already bookmark, then how we are going to check? So we are going to use post dot includes post dot bookmarks dot include user id. So this is the user we are going to use. So first we find the post, then if not post, we have to show the error, right? The post does not found, we have to show in the response. And then Here we are going to find the user who want to bookmark this post, and then if we, how we are going to find the already we have bookmarked this post or not. So first we find the user id, right? This user id will check if this user id, right, the user exists in the bookmark post or not. So here in this post the user have to register their id, right? And if already bookmark, then this user id should be present in this post, right? So this how we check the post is already bookmarked. So like we have checked in the like we are adding like to the post, similarly we are going to use here also. If it is already bookmarked, then post.bookmark equal to post.bookmark.filter. We have to remove that bookmark from that, and user.string, that we have to remove that user. If user has already bookmarked, we are going to use filter like we have used in the previous controller. And if user has not bookmarked, then post.bookmarks.push user, then we have to push the user id, right, to it. So this how we bookmark to the post. This is the same way we have used in the like the post, right? So same thing we are using here also. And here we can show the message, depend on you how we are going to send the response. And console.error or any server error we can show here. Now let's see the another controller, the get bookmark post. We have bookmarked this post, but we have to get the bookmark post. So I'll go on the my profile section, right? On my profile section I'll go on the bookmark. Here you can see that all bookmarks. So I want to view all the bookmarks, so I redirect you to the bookmark page. My bookmark post we have saved to read later, right? So we have bookmarked this post on the this page. We can back to home also. And how to get all these bookmarks post on these two posts I have a bookmark. So how we are going to get? So first of all, let's create a controller for the get bookmark. So const export const get bookmark post, get bookmark post, and after that you have to try catch. And in this we have to find the user, right? User id, const user id, right from the parameters for which we want to find the post, like bookmark post. So first of all we have to find the user id for which we want to get the bookmark post. Then we have to check if any cache is present or not. So const cache, we have to get the cache key and bookmark with the user id. If cache, if you get the cache key, get dot cache key, if you get the cache, then we will show the bookmark. So when you want, you can add the node cache for which pages you want caching, which page you don't want caching. It depends on you how we are going to add and handle. So node cache is little complicated to add and remove, right? So make sure you know. And here if we get the bookmark cache, we have to send the cache data, right, in the response. Then we are going to find that bookmark post for the particular id. So const post equal to await post dot find with the user id, and we have to find the all the bookmarks related to the user id. So we are dealing with the two schemas, right? Post and the user. So we have to populate obviously. So name author, then we have to sort, right, the post. So how we are going to sort newest one, the oldest one, it depend on you, right? And you can use lean if you want to convert your documents to the JSON object, right? And cache dot delete, so we can delete the cache or set the cache, it depend on you. So here we have, if we have the cost cache, we can get the cache. Otherwise, if you have new one, so you can add the cache new one, right? If you have updated bookmark post, and we can send in the response, right, the cache. So here we have sent the response in the bookmark post. So in the bookmark, here we have sent the bookmark post in the response. And after that, we have to handle the error, right? The book get bookmark post error or server error, right? Then after that, what we are going to do, so we are going to get the post by user. So go to profile, we are here in the my post section, we are going to get the post. I have not created any post, so it will show create any post. Suppose I have entered the random thing and I have just created my post. So this is the my post that I have created. Suppose I have created a random post, and you can see that now it is showing one post. And how we are going to get this on the post that we have created? So similarly, we are going to write the controller for this also, const, right, get post by user. So for the particular user, right, for the particular user we are going to find the post. So get post by user, and in this we have to write the try catch. So here we'll find the first user for which we want to find the post. And if any cache memory is there, cache, so we have to find the cached key for the post by user. And if we find the cache, we have to get the, with the cache key we have to get the cache. And if any cache post is found, then we have to show the cache. So depending on you, what are the thing you want to cache or not. So after that, we have to find the post by the user from the database. How we are going to find? With the user id, right, and the each draft false. So we have to check both. So draft should be in the separate one. See, draft have a set, it will show the draft one. Here it is showing the post that we have created, not the draft. So we have to keep both the same different. So draft we are making false, right, it is not draft, we want post for the user in the database. Then you have to populate. So we are dealing with the two schema, so we have to populate. So here, after finding the post, so populate author, name author, then sort by created. And you can use the lean, prevent, inspect and populated issues, right? So we can use lean to prevent the populated issue, right? And we can set the cache here, right? And after that, we can send the response. In the response, the post which create what that is created by the user, right? Then we have to handle the console error and here server error. So this how we get the post. Now how we are going to get the draft post? So similarly, we have to get the draft post. I'm going to copy paste and show you how we are going to get the draft post. So let me copy paste and show you. So we have to get the draft post. Similarly, we find the first user id for which we want to find the draft post. Then if any cache related to the user, then if we find the cache related draft post related to the user, right, then we have to show the that cache only. If you don't find any cache, then we can find the draft post from the like database, and here we are using draft true, means that we want to get the draft post, not the post, the published post. We don't want published post, we want draft post. That's why we are adding true here. Before we have added false, right, in the get post. And we want to sort by the updated -1, then it can show the new one and all. And if you want to show the old one, you can also update it here. So updated it, created it, all these things find in the MongoDB document that you can go and check out in the MongoDB compass here. See, created it, updated it. And here we are setting the cache, we are creating the cache for the post, and here we are handling the error, right? So this is how we go for the get draft post. So we have written the controller for the get draft post. Now how we are going to upload the image for the particular post, right? How we are going to get the image for the particular post. And so to get the how we are going to upload the image for this post. Suppose while we are creating the post, we have to upload the image, right? This is the image, otherwise you can add the URL. So we have added both options. So how we are going to upload the image on the Cloudinary, right? So for that also we are going to use the same thing that we like in previously when we are going for the upload of the user avatar, right, in the auth controller. The same way we are going to use in the upload the image for the particular post. So here we have created the controller upload image, then check the file is provided in the request or not. After that, the same thing, you can see that the same thing we have added in the auth controller also. So let me show you in the auth controller upload avatar. So first we are checking the file, no file is uploaded, so that file we are checking. Then here upload the image to the Cloudinary and transform to the WebP. So we are converting the any image to the WebP format, not the PNG. If it is PNG, we are converting the WebP. So all this configuration we can here we can define here also, right? So it depends on you how we are going to handle your upload images and files, everything. Then here we are setting the quality auto, and here we are going to create a folder on the Cloudinary where our all blog post will be there in the separate folder, like we have created for the auth controller in the separate folder, author folder, right? So if any error came, it will show the error. And if we get the result, we have to get the secure URL. Secure URL means the URL of the image that we uploaded on the Cloudinary. Like here in the upload avatar I have shown you, right? So same thing we are doing here also, right? And result.public id for the reference, for the this is a Cloudinary public id for the reference when we create your, like we upload your image URL. So this is provided by the Cloudinary. We can go and learn more about Cloudinary, how it works, what are the data it keeps after uploading your files. Then we send the file buffer to the Cloudinary. This is the how we upload the image of that post to the Cloudinary, and we get how we get the URL of that uploaded image, a result.secure URL, right? So this how we have completed our post controller. In the next tutorial, I will going to show you user, utils file, and server.js. So remaining all the remaining part for the backend controller I'm going to explain in the next part. This tutorial has been too long, and I don't want to extend this length of this tutorial. So we'll in this part 2 here only. In the part 3 we are going to see the remaining backend part, and we are going to try to complete the remaining backend part for our major project Paster blog website, right? And you can check the part 1 if you have not watched. This is the part 1, right? This is the demo of this project, right? So hope you guys like the tutorial. If you like the tutorial, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to share with your friends. So we'll meet in next tutorial with a new amazing project. So thank you.